6th canto, chapter 1 and 6th floor. Aduneha Mahabhaga, Aduneha Mahabhaga, Yataiva Narakannara, Yataiva Narakannara, Nanaugrayata Nandeya, Nanaugrayata Nainaya, तन्मे व्याख्यातुमर्हसि तन्मे व्याख्यातुमर्हसि तन्मे व्याख्यातुमर्हसि. What word? Aduna, right now, Iha, in this material world, Mahabhaga, O greatly opulent and fortunate Sukadeva Goswami, Yatha, so that, Eva, indeed, Narakan, all the hellish conditions into which the pious are put, impious are put. Naraha, human beings, Nana, varieties of Ugra, terrible, Yathana, conditions of suffering, Nayat, may not undergo, Tat, that, me, to me, Vyakyatumar please describe. Translation and purport by Stephen Grace. Esi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki translation. O greatly fortunate and opulent Sukadeva Goswami, now kindly tell me how human beings may be saved from having to enter hellish conditions in which they suffer terrible pains. Purport. In the 26th chapter of 5th canto, Sukadeva Goswami has explained that people who commit sinful acts are forced to enter hellish planets and suffer. Now Maharaj, Parikshit Maharaj, being a devotee, is concerned with how this can be stopped. A Vaishnava is Paradukka Dukhi. In other words, he has no personal troubles. But he is very unhappy to see others in trouble. Prahlad Maharaj said, My Lord, I have no personal problems, for I have learned how to glorify your transcendental qualities and thus enter a trance of ecstasy. I do have a problem, however. I am simply thinking of these rascals and fools who are busy with Maya Sukha, temporary happiness, without knowledge of devotional service unto you. This is the problem faced by a Vaishnava. Because a Vaishnava fully takes shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he personally has no problems. But because he is compassionate toward the fallen, conditioned souls, he always thinks of plans to save them from their hellish life in this body and the next. Parikshit Maharaj therefore anxiously wanted to know from Sukadeva Goswami how humanity can be saved from gliding down to hell. Sukadeva Goswami had already explained how people enter to hellish planets, and he could also explain how they could be saved from hate. Intelligent man must take advantage of these instructions. Unfortunately, however, the entire world is lacking Krishna consciousness, and therefore people are suffering from the grossest ignorance and do not even believe in a life after this one. To convince them of their next life is difficult because they have become almost mad in their pursuit of material enjoyment. Nevertheless, our duty, the duty of sane man, is to save them. Maharaj Parikshit is the representative of one who can save them. It's to pray. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा गदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलम् श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सावधैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. So thanks for giving this opportunity to discuss about Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'm very fortunate to learn this Srimad Bhagavatam for myself, for my own purification. So yesterday my friend called me, 2-3 friends called me, and actually they're telling about their own problems in the life. At the time I was simply listening, yes, and I told you chant Hare Krishna, and if there is temples are there nearby, go and take association of the Vaishnavas. So there, for that also they are mentioning that they don't have a time. So today when I'm chanting, I'm feeling so fortunate that this is actually a nice setup. So wherever we see, there are the devotees holding the feedbacks and chanting intensely and praying to the Lord. So this is actually situation, and this is actual mercy of the Lord and His devotees. So this was my contemplation. So this is also very fortunate assembly where I can sit here and I can read Srimad Bhagavatam, and the devotees can correct me and guide me and discuss about the pastimes of the Lord. So this verse is very important. Here Srila Sukadeva Goswami is telling about, actually is going to tell what is actually how the merciful nature of the devotees. Aduneha mahabhaga etaiva narakannaraha nanograyata nanneya tame vyaktatu marhasi. So this Srila Sukadeva Goswami is addressing greatly fortunate, opulent Sukadeva Goswami. Now kindly tell me. So Parikshit Maharaj is addressing to Sukadeva Goswami. Tell me how to actually many living entities they are doing so much grass level activities because of their ignorance. They are committing mistakes and they are doing some sinful activities and they are entering to the hell. So this loka, if we analyze properly, there are three things are there in this loka. So before going to discuss about this loka, there is a very, very great qualification of the Vaishnavas. What is the qualification of Vaishnavas? So Bhagavatam says very nice loka. Please repeat after me. Titikshvaha karunikaha surudaha sarvadehinam ajata shatruvaha shantam sadavaha sadhubhushanaha. The symptoms of sadhu is these four, six things. What is that? He is tolerant. He can tolerate each and everything of his actually things. What and all is coming obstacles. And if someone hurts him, he can tolerate this. And second is he is merciful to everyone. He can actually shower mercy through by saying so many Krishna, giving Krishna consciousness also, and actually helping them also to advance in Krishna consciousness. He is merciful. Advanced sadhu. And he is friend of all the living entities. He don't have any enemies in this world. Even enemies also he consider they are also actually part and parcel of the Lord. Actually, they are the friends of the Lord. They are the sons of the Lord. He will think that. And that is also there is no enemy also. And he is always peaceful because he knows the absolute truth. So who is actually Sarva Karana Karana? Lord. What and all happens? Because of him only. So he is peaceful. He will not be affected by any ups and downs of the life. And avoid by the scriptures. He follow his activities actually as per the scriptures. And his qualities actually said by even scriptures also. Then both will match. So these are the six qualities. In this loka, actually Parikshit Maharaj shows ocean of compassion towards the living entities. See, but let us go before going to the discuss about this loka's translation. Let us discuss who is Parikshit Maharaj. Tell me some great qualities of Parikshit Maharaj. He is actually completely blessed by, he is completely protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It means that in the womb only he got liberation. He don't have any miseries. Any others? Coming in the lineage of where the Mahabhagavata took birth. Very nice. Then? He actually managed the kingdom in such a way that there is no this sinful activities are performed. Great opulence actually. Yeah. So actually these are all things are the actual qualities of the Sukadeva Goswami. So why he is inquiring about the humanity here? See, there is a three things are here. Compassionate qualities of Sukadeva Goswami is three. What is that? This compassionate is very deep. This compassionate is very deep. What is that? Although he is actually going to die, he is going to die next few days, very few days. But he is inquiring about humans, other humans. See this compassion, see this mood. He is going to die, but he is going to inquire about others. Oh Lord, oh Sukadeva Goswami, I'll die anyway. He is not concerned about his actually dying. Say for example, in our case, this is Ulta. Where is the hospital? That this, and then we will check actually. So Sukadeva Goswami is so deeply concerned about how the living entities are going to hell by committing sinful activities. Please save them. In the fifth canto, so many 28 hellish planets are listed, and the one who commit these sins, they will go to that planet and they will suffer. By hearing this, Parikshit Maharaj completely got bewildered, and is so compassionately asking to the actually Sukadeva Goswami, "Oh Lord, oh my dear teacher, please tell me." Though he is actually going to die, but he is actually thinking about the other living entities, how to save them. So this is actually deep compassion. And the second point is he is complete. What is that complete compassion? Complete compassion means he is asking the welfare of others. He is so going to die. He is not asked about anything about his dynasty. After I die, who will take care of my dynasty? Who will take care of my children? Who will take care of my mother? Sorry, my total complete family. No one will take care. Now, I don't need that. So Sukadeva Goswami is telling that Actually, who will take care? Who will take care about Kshatriyas? I have managed this kingdom very nicely. So someone should be take care, but he is not worried about that. He is worried about that how actually he can help to the others. That is the thing, complete compassion. And the third is that spontaneous compassion. So he don't have any no calculation. Only why he is asking about only humans here? Why he is not asking about animals? So animals cannot be actually go to the hell. What and all karmic reactions are there? They will actually take birth, they are conditioned, and they will suffer, and they will next the body, get body. So here it mentioned that humans means human form is very very rare. Out of 84 lakhs of species, so human form is very very rare. Bahunam janmanam means very 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 lifetimes they will come to Krishna consciousness. And in that also human form is very very rare. That in this human form, actually the independent mentality will be there where they can do so many sinful activities by their own wish. So actually, spontaneous compassion, he is completely mentioning that how we can save the human personality. Please tell me. Sukadeva Goswami, please answer me. You have described the hellish planets. If you do like this, he will go and he will suffer. You only can give the please solution. Please give me a solution. So this is the actually mood of the Sukadeva Goswami when he is asking this. These three moods. First is that he is very deep. Actually, though he is not going to die, but he is not actually worried about that. He is actually asking about others, and he is not well asking about many his family, his dynasty, and his other kshatriyas welfare. He is actually asking for normal public who are actually in ignorance. And spontaneous compassion is that is he has no calculation. Say for example, this spontaneous compassion means like only human beings are how they can actually choose to go back to world also, and they can stay in this material world also. So they have this option. So how they can use this? So this is the actually reason behind it. So when this Srimad Bhagavatam, the condensed form of cream of the Vedic literatures, is discussed, at the time, actually this Sud Goswami recited very very nice sloka by being compassionate of on the Sukadeva Goswami. So what he recited, Sukadeva Goswami is a very great personality. Actually, he is liberated already, but still he want to help this conditioned souls to give this Srimad Bhagavatam, flourish this Srimad Bhagavatam, and read this Srimad Bhagavatam and get liberated. He shown the compassionate on the living entities. So his compassionate is very nicely described here. So this is very nice loka. We can recite this also. So I'll recite you all can quickly. यहस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् आध्यात्मदीपम् अतिरीशतां तमोऽन्धम् संशारिराणं करुणया पुराणगुह्यं तं व्यासशून्यम् upayami gurum munina. So here this Sud Goswami is telling that, oh Sukadeva Goswami, you are very very merciful. Why? Because self-assimilated, already you have already reached the absolute truth. But you want to help the conditioned souls to relish the Srimad Bhagavatam. You have actually given this Srimad Bhagavatam for us. See this. Atitatara Shatam means deriving, actually desiring to overcome Tama Andaha, deeply dark of material existence. So the living entities are conditioned in this material world. Say for example, the normal living entities can able to see the pastimes of the Lord. It is not at all possible in this condition state. What is the really aim for them? The only is the Srimad Bhagavatam, Nama Rupa Guna Leela of the Lord. So who told Srimad Bhagavatam? Sukadeva Goswami is told here. So by seeing this, actually, Sud Goswami felt so much compassionate and he recited this sloka. So the translation goes like this. His great compassion for the gross materialistics who struggle to cross over the darkest region of the material existence spoke this most confidential supplement to the cream of Vedic literature after having personally assimilated by the experience. So Sukadeva Goswami don't have any actually, he is already liberated. Why he want to do this? So he want to help the living entities. So this is actually Sud Goswami actually felt so much gratitude towards Sukadeva Goswami. So how my guru is actually helping the people to understand Lord pastimes just by discussing about this pastime. Janma karma cha me divyam yovam yeveti tatvatah tektva deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjuna. Srila Prabhupada says in one lecture, not even realizing, also understanding, only understanding. Janma karma cha me divyam. Lord activities are divine more than janma karma. So they can get a liberation. So this actually devotees are doing this. Sukadeva Goswami gave this cream of Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam. See this? And what is the greatest compassionate personality that we can hear from Srimad Bhagavatam? Great compassionate personality. He is reciting sloka after sloka, helping others, living entities. Is Prahalad Maharaj. So how Prahalad Maharaj is very nicely expressing his compassionate towards the living entity. Not only other living entities, he is expressing his compassionate towards his own father also. So when Hiranyakashipu is appeared, actually he killed, means Lord Narasimhadev killed the Hiranyakashipu. At that time, actually, his Hiranyakashipu troubled him a lot. In all the cases, in all the left and right, front and back, top and bottom, he actually tortured this child. At the time also, when the Narasimhadev is killed his father, actually he requested his father only one thing. Oh Lord, somehow or other, you have shown your mercy on me by appearing here. So, oh Lord, my father is, because of ignorant, he committed these actually activities. Could you please liberate them? See this compassion. So actually, this is actually compassion mood of the living entities, where they will not care for even their hurdles also. They will always ask for the living entities. If the living entities commits any mistake, they will think that that is because of only ignorance and their condition that they are doing. Naturally, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mama Evamsha Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. All the living entities are actually part and parcel of the Lord, Amsha, his Amsha. So what they have to do? They have to render the services. Because of this ignorance, moods of material nature, their conditioned state, they can't able to understand. So Prahalad Maharaj is saying this only. Oh Lord, my father has committed due to this ignorance. So please liberate them. So he has tortured a lot in his throughout the life for this small kid, 5 years old kid. So that baby means that Prahalad Maharaj, the elevated devotee, is asking his own father deliverance. So this is actually compassionate of the living entity. Srila Prabhupada's purpose also gives about Prahalad Maharaj. This is a very, very nice sloka where we can actually recite also. I'll recite it all like this. I only recite it, is not there. Sloka Srimad Bhagavatam 7:9-43. Okay, I'll recite this. नैवोद्विजे परा दुरत्या वैत्रणायस विद्वीर्यकाय महमत्रमग्नचित्तः. I'll recite it. Let next begins. शोचेततो विमुक्तचेतसा इन्द्रियार्था माया सुखाय परम उदवतो विमूढान्. So here it's mentioned that actually, oh Lord, I am not at all actually, this Prahlad Maharaj is mentioning, oh Lord, actually I am not at all worried about actually this material existence. Actually, I can enjoy your Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila of your activities. I can enjoy. I can actually be in your consciousness, Krishna's consciousness. I can fully absorb in those thoughts. But your glories and activities I can do reside. But this actually, I am concerned about the souls of the living entities, fools and rascals. Srila Prabhupada translate, these are actually fools and rascals. Actually, I am worried about these fools and rascals who is making elaborate plans of this material happiness. Actually, this material, the one who makes actually material plans. They will forget the Lord and they will so many makes material plans to how to advance materially. Namam dushkrutino muda prapadante naradama maya paritajnana asuri bhava mashrita. So they comes under these categories. What they will do, they will make elaborate plans. They do not make any plans how to render the devotional service to the Lord, how to attain Vaikuntha. So actually, Prahlad Maharaj is worried about that. So actually, what they will think, this materialistic, they will actually find the happiness in the material, which is very, very tuchha, temporary. And they will actually make the plans to how to make the families and the societies and the countries. I am simply concerned for them. So Prahlad Maharaj, what he need? Actually, he is liberated. He don't need anything that he can actually do for the others also. But still, this is actually main qualification of the pure devotee who advanced in Krishna's consciousness, very elevated stage, where he is actually liberated also, but he is actually concerned about the living entities. What these living entities who are making the plans? Prakriti kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasya ahamkara vimunatma kartaham. Because of they conditioned in these three modes of material nature, what they are making, what they are thinking, prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasya ahamkara vimunatma karta. Means actually he is the doer of the all the things. But that is actually dead opposite to the Lord's rules. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Sarva Karana Karana means Lord is actually cause of the all causes. But here living entities are thinking that I am the cause of everything. I am the actually Karta. So actually Srila Prabhupada is mentioning this sloka in the purport of others, this Srimad Bhagavatam sloka. So actually living entities things like this, and they will because of ignorance they will cover. So Prahlad Maharaj is very very concerned about this. So in next sloka, Prahlad Maharaj says that, "Oh Narsimha Dev, I can see many saintly, means saintly persons, many are there. They will go to Himalaya, they will go to secluded place, and they will actually do so many tapasya. Doing tapasya for himself is also very very important. After actually he got liberated, doing tapasya for others also is very very important. There is two difference. So Prahlad Maharaj is doing this. So he is ready to go to undergo so many problems in his life, but still he is not affected that. But still, what he is planning, what he is praying to the Lord, actually he is praying to the Lord, oh Lord, I am concerned about these souls. See, this actually symptoms of the pure devotees. And this actually one more personality is there. Which personality we can here we remember about compassionate? I will suffer and actually I'll take all the sins and I'll ready to suffer. Vasudeva Datta, very nice. So Vasudeva Datta is praying to the Lord. So, oh Lord, I am ready to take all the sinful activities and sinful reactions of this world. And I am ready to suffer also. Oh Lord, please deliver them. So this is actually prayers Vasudeva Datta offers to the Lord. So these two personalities are very, very exalted in this their practice, and they are actually in a Daivi Prakriti Mashrita. Since actually though they are there, actually they are conditioned of this, they are concerned about the living entities of the world. So one more great quality of the actually of this compassionate living entities means the devotees of the Lord is this sloka comes. Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, 3rd sloka. 353. जनस्य कृष्णात् विमुखस्य दैव अधर्मशीलस्य सुदुखी तस्य अनुग्रहायेह चरन्ति नूनम् भूतानि भूयानि जनार्दनस्य My Lord, great philanthropic souls travels over actually on the earth on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen souls who are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. So actually, this is actually qualification of the devotees. Actually, they are already elevated. What they will do, they will go to over all the world, what to give Krishna consciousness to the peoples. So this is actually nice loka where it's mentioned about the qualification of the devotees. They want to only go. Their aim is not only they themselves go back to the Godhead, but they want to carry the other souls also with them. So this is actually Srila Prabhupada mentioned in this purport. The great unalloyed devotees of the Lord are compassionate towards the fallen, and therefore they can travel over all the world with mission of bringing souls back to Godhead, back to home. Such pure devotees of the Lord carry message of God in order to deliver the fallen souls. And therefore, the man who is bewildered by the influence of external energy of the Lord should avail himself of their association. So, what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, the Srila Prabhupada instruction in this purport is that the living entities, if somehow or other they got this chance to go and meet these Mahatmas, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, they should take small association. If they take this small association of the living entities, actually these great souls who are wandering this world, they can actually revive their consciousness and they can start their bhakti. So this is actually, these great souls are very, very rare also to help the humanity. So see, this one more sloka is there about the great extension. See, this actually, they will go under very inconvenience of their world in the situations also, but they will trouble to take the living entities back to home. They will go, they're ready to go actually so many struggles, but they will actually show compassionate. Tappente loka tapena sadavaha praya shojanaha paramadhanam tad adi purushasyakinatmanaha. So this is a nice sloka from 8:7:44, where it's mentioned that are they accept voluntarily suffering of the suffer, means they will accept so many sufferings to deliver the fallen souls, to give only Krishna consciousness to the living entities. So this method of, this is actually great method of the worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, say it's not easy now going to the somewhere who don't know Krishna himself and giving them what is the, who is a Krishna. So actually they will become so dear to the Krishna. So delivering the Krishna consciousness, delivering the Krishna's message and becoming close, the living entities, when they become closer to Krishna and start practicing bhakti, they will feel so much pleasure in that devotees. So here great Vaishnava, this is actually inconvenience, taking inconvenience personally for welfaring of others. Which personality we will remember from Srimad Bhagavatam? He took so much actually inconvenience to help the Lord living entities. Vaishnava Meta Shambhu. So when Samudra Mantana is happening, so actually there is so many things are coming out from the Samudra Mantana. And poison also came. At the time, Lord Shiva personally, he appeared on the instruction of Supreme Personality of Godhead. He took that poison to save the entire world. And he actually kept that one in his throat. And he is actually, his name becomes Nilakanta. So this is actually the compassionate of the Lord Shiva. This is the Vaishnava Meta Shambhu. So this is a great personality, you see. And one more personality who can be a best example than our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada, when he is actually living very peacefully in his Radha Damodar temple, when he is there in Vrindavan, very comfortable, very peaceful, and he has actually translating Srimad Bhagavatam first canto. And he has getting so much great respect from the others who are staying in Vrindavan. Many great scholars are there. They are respecting Srila Prabhupada. And he was actually writing so many Vedic literatures and translating also. And he is going Govardhan Parikrama and many other places he used to visit. And there is no problem in even Prasad also, Srila Prabhupada. He is very, very happy and he is very satisfied in very intense in his Krishna consciousness. But to give only to Vrindavan consciousness to the Western countries, actually he left his comfort zone. He went under heart attack 2 times in a ship, cargo ship. And when he went also, he was not having sufficient money also. And he was not having place also. So still he struggled a lot and he gave this Krishna consciousness to the northern Western world. So this is actually, we can see in the heart of Srila Prabhupada. So he has carried his condensed form of Vrindavan consciousness in his heart, Krishna consciousness, and wherever he went, wherever he kept his lotus feet, that is becomes comes to Vrindavan. So this is actually great compassion of the Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada, Lilamrita, I was reading yesterday in the 8th chapter. So it's mentioned that Srila Prabhupada struggled a lot to get one small room when he was staying in Delhi. So Srila Prabhupada left his home and Srila Prabhupada actually reciting in Vrindavan and is translating also. Sometimes he used to come for Delhi for printing books. At the time when he is coming Delhi and sometimes he used to stay there also. Because of traveling, he don't have money. So he has to stay there. But staying, no, nothing is there. So at that time, it's that Prabhu is mentioned very nicely that Srila Prabhupada from childhood, actually, he has no starving about any food, any stay, nothing. His father is feed him very nicely, opulently. And when he is married also, he has so much money also to actually carry forward his family. So in this time also, Srila Prabhupada actually homelessly he stayed. Sometimes he used to stay in temporary residence of some colleges, some Kapoor College of Commerce. He stayed there, some rooms in the college in the Delhi. And sometimes he stayed to open Vishnu temples. Some Vishnu temples are there nearby in the Delhi. He stayed there. But he is eagerly searching where I can stay, so that he don't have any money to travel from Delhi to Vrindavan. So he used to search like this. So this is actually hardships where devotees take themselves voluntarily to give actually the actual knowledge of this Vedic literatures. So since we are all because of we are all reading this Bhagavad Gita, na, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Purport of Srila Prabhupada, this is causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Whenever we are reading Srila Prabhupada, actually we have to remember this. This is actually he has give a sweat. He actually has struggled a lot to write this purports and give this Vedic literatures. We can't able to understand Sanskrit. This personality, the compassionate, ocean of compassionate personality, he gave us. Just these people don't know Sanskrit, let me translate in English. So Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada gave this. So this is actually compassionate of the living entities. So these living entities actually, the pure devotees of the Lord, they seems like actually they are struggling. But though they are struggling, they feel actually happiness in this only. They know art of turning the miseries to Lord mercy. So Srila Prabhupada, we can see when he went to the West, he went under so many struggles. But still, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that this is causeless mercy of the Lord thy God. When Srila Prabhupada got heart attack, also he mentioned that. When he is no money, also he has mentioned that. When Srila Prabhupada had huge millions of dollars, also Srila Prabhupada mentioned that this is Lord mercy. I am simply instrument in the hand of my Guru Maharaj. So this is actually compassionate that Acharya is showing for us. So if we are all not getting the opportunity to preach this actually Krishna consciousness for the to the normal public, actually we are not preaching. Actually, who is preaching? Our Acharya is preaching through his compassion, through his teachings. So actually we have to become instrument in our Acharya's hand to spread this compassionate of our Acharyas. We cannot show compassionate like this because we are not elevated. So actually this is called paradukka dukhi. They cannot see the normal souls who are struggling in this world. So they will actually become dukhi by saying that they will become dukkas. So same example, and one more personality from Chaitanya Charitamrita that we can remember. Paradukka dukhi. And means compassionate to the living entities. Exalted personalities. Chaitanya Charitamrita. Haridas Thakur, very nice. So Haridas Thakur, actually great devotee of the Lord, Namacharya. So he showed a great compassionate on the one prostitute, which is sent by Ramachandra Khan. So actually Ramachandra Khan is planned very nicely. This personality is becoming very famous. And somehow or other, I have to actually defame him. This is the actual plan. And Ramachandra Khan searched so many prostitutes. In that young prostitute, he searched and he sent to Haridas Thakur to defame him. So Haridas Thakur know this actually. Ramachandra Khan is envious on me, but still Haridas Thakur wants to help that prostitute. He stayed in 3 days again. Means he was staying in this Binapal Gram. Binpal Gram, it is mentioned. Binapal Gram he used to stay. And in this Binpal Gram, this Ramachandra Khan hired this prostitute who is very young and looking very beautiful to just trap the Haridas Thakur. But Haridas Thakur, knowing this, actually he stayed there 3 days extra. Why he stayed? To only deliver this prostitute. See this compassion. Only Vaishnava can have this great type of compassion. So what he did actually, first day when she went, just he told to listen, I have not completed my rounds. Second also it happens. And third day, actually, just by hearing the holy name, the pure condensed form of the holy name by Haridas Thakur, this prostitute changed into a great devotee. And she got an instruction from Haridas Thakur that you chant in front of, pay obeisance to Tulsi Maharani and chant and shave your head. And after that, he described that many people came to take darshan of that prostitute, and she can also able to make others also pure devotees. See this great compassion that Haridas Thakur shows. Though he actually know that this prostitute is affecting me, means she is thinking actually ill about me, but still Vaishnava, what is the actual consciousness of Vaishnava? That he is showing compassionate, knowing that situation also. And in this same line also, our Goswamis also comes. So this is a very nice loka from Goswami's that Astakam. So Shri Gauranga Gunano Varlana Vido Shraddha Samriddhan Vido Papo Tapani Grandhanau Tanubitam Govindaganam Viti ఆనందాముది వర్ధనైక నిపుణు కైవల్య నిస్తారకు వందే రూప సనాతనౌరగు శ్రీ జీవ గోపాలకు. What the six Goswamis are doing? They actually purifying all the conditioned souls. The one who are all doing committing so many sinful activities in this world, just by doing this Gauranga Gunavarni, means they are discussing about Gauranga's pastimes, and actually they're actually discussing about the supreme personality of Godhead pastimes, name, fame, qualities, and everything, and they're delivering the conditioned souls. So this mood we can see even this Goswamis also. Papotapani Karinda means they are actually helping all the conditioned souls, the sinful souls, to get actually liberation, to get closer to the Krishna by pouring the actually transcendental songs of Govinda. So they used to discuss about this Lord because Lord's activities, name, fame, qualities, and the pastimes are pure, and the devotee is also pure. When they comes with this touch with this pure, they will become pure. So actually, these six Goswamis used to do this among all the overall the Vrindavan. So is this next question, the next part of this compassion is, compassion can be exhibited based on our capacity? Of course, this is right now. We should exhibit our compassion based on our capacity, which we cannot be exhibit. Say for example, great value Ms. Haridas Thakur is actually exalted Vaishnava. He delivered prostitute. I also can deliver. So actually we have, this is actually not works. So the practical preaching that we can take from this verse is that actually compassion can be shown how much we are advanced that much. So this Saurabhi Muni also compassionate on this fish. So when he is actually Gada is coming to catch that fish, he showed a compassion. That is actually compared to be a material compassion. So compassion he showed and he offended Garuda, and he entangled with family affection. So one day he got realized, no, what I am doing, actually I am a sadhu, I used to go meditate, and because of that Garuda's curse, he received because of that offense, actually that compassion turns to curse. So this is actually compassionate that cannot be extended more than our requirement. That is the thing I am going to mention. So Saurabha Muni actually compassionate turned to curse. And the same way, that compassionate turns to binding or entangled in this material world. What is that? That Bharata Maharaj. So when Bharata Maharaj seen the deer, actually he got so much compassionate, and he actually associated with deer, and the next life he developed so much attachment to that deer. In next life he become a deer. So he made that attachment to entangle him more and more. So this is actually wrong type of compassion, because this is compared to the actually material compassion. So we can also see them. We can go and preach to the actually girls. So that is actually not at all possible. Means like we can see what is our level, and we can make one nice forum, Mataji's forum. So that is actually not possible. So we actually become the instrument. What is there our compassionate? Means what is our level? We can show the compassionate. So what is our superior self? That much we can show compassion. Go to the pages, register, and do youth preaching. That is actually instruction of our superiors. So that compassionate we can show. Go to the PG, lock the door, and open the this when they open the door, convince them to come into the Krishna consciousness. Help them. If they coming, help them to come 1 round, 4 rounds. This is actually compassion that we can show in this time. So this is the thing that I am going to mention. So actually going outside for the preaching and taking this college preaching, youth preaching, this is actually compassion only that we are presenting. To become instrument of Srila Prabhupada. Not own compassion we cannot show. This is actually by the becoming instrument of the Srila Prabhupada that we can show compassion. So what is a high level of compassion? Gopis are describing very nicely. This is very, very nice book. I will be reciting in all lectures also. Tavakatamratam tapta jivanam kaviviredam kalmashapam Shravanamangalam Srimadanatam Bhuvigranam Vede Buridajanam. Who is Burida? That Burida. Maha Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when this Prataprudra recited this Chaitanya in front of by messaging the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly wake up and he's telling, where is that Burida? Burida, Burida. So actually the point I am going to mention is that this Burida is the one who is narrating the pastimes of the Lord to the normal public. Because they are tapta jivas, they are conditioned in this world. They don't know anything about apart from enjoying this material world. They don't know actually who is the Lord. Tapta jivanam. They are conditioned very nicely. Who is actually Amruta for them? What is the solution? What is the medicine for them? Tava Katha Amruta. Means Amruta for them is your Katha, O Lord, Gopi certainly, your Katha. Just by you were discussing your Katha, this by whom? The one who is narrating, means the spiritual master, the one who is elevated personalities. So they can actually give a liberation for this condition. So by reciting your Tava Katha Amrutam, Tapta Jivanam, Kabhi bhi readitam Kalmashapam, means all the Kalmasha of this material world, this material heart is getting cleansed. So this is actually a condensed form of Krishna consciousness, compassionate, where the devotees can exhibit, elevated devotees. What they will do, they will simply become the instrument of the Lord, in the hand of the Lord, and they will just glorify the Lord. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila of the Lord. By glorifying, what happens? Their heart is this, they helps to living entities who are bind in this material world. They will actually cleanse the heart by doing this, reciting this Tavakatamrita. Compassionate can manifest in anger also. Some personalities will be able to remember some remembrance past times. Compassionate can turns to anger also, and that can become actually high benediction also. Narad Muni, very nice. Narad Muni is becoming so much angry and Nalagreva and Kuvera. So when Narad Muni is seen, they are actually naked. Narad Muni has become so much angry and caused Nalagreva and Kuvera. So that is actually compassionate Vaishnava showing on to the devotees. That is not actually a curse, that is a great benediction. Narada Muni used to travel Vaikunthas. Sometimes Narada Muni is getting entered to the Goloka Vrindavan with very certain pastimes. But this Nalagreva and Manikovera got complete actually touch of the Supreme Personality of God at lotus feet. So this is great benediction of the Narada Muni. So our curse, sometimes devotees, they will curse. That curse becomes to benediction also. This is actually great pastime that we can. This is also type of compassionate to the living entities. And sometimes Srila Prabhupada also chastise these modus, rascals, fools, scientists. Srila Prabhupada chastise this. Scientists, this Mayavadis and philanthropists. Srila Prabhupada chastise. Why? Because Srila Prabhupada is actually showing compassionate to them to give Krishna consciousness. Showing compassionate to by actually cursing, not cursing them, just scolding them like this and using harsh speech. So this is whatever devotees to do, whatever they express, that is turns to compassion, so merciful. That is turns to compassion. If they do harsh speech, yes, that will turn. If they're actually anger, that is also turns. If they're blaspheming also, that is also turns to mercy. And if they're becoming rude, the pure devotees, that is also type of mercy for the conditioned living entities. This we can see in this Srila Prabhupada also. And what is actually who is actually in this Kali Yuga compassionate personification? Srila Prabhupada. And in this actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lineage, Srila Prabhupada comes. So the ocean of compassionate personality is the Supreme Personality of God, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I was reading Chaitanya Charitamrita some purport, where Srila Prabhupada is mentioned this nice lines, very, very important lines, how Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, but he is so merciful, his mood is so merciful than the Lord Krishna himself. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning in this purport, please hear this. The Lord Shri Krishna is certainly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is not as magnanimous as Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that Lord is so merciful. E Krishna Karuna Sindho is Karuna Sindho. Dina Bandhu. He is actually Dina Bandhu of means in this world, well-wisher of the actually this conditioned living entities. But who can be a more merciful than the Lord Krishna? Then that is only Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Satchizutta. He can be a compassionate, Patita Pavana. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning this. Lord Krishna simply Lord Krishna simply give orders for one who becomes his devotees. Manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji mam namaskuro mame veshasi satyate pratijane priyosime. Krishna will see. What he will see qualification? Whether he surrendered me or not. Krishna will see these qualifications. But in the same mood, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what qualification he will see? He will never see any qualifications. We can see categories the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered. He delivered all the fallen souls. Who are those? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered one impersonalist. Who is he? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually went in ecstasy in the Jagannath Puri, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya carried him and he treated him very nicely. So when we went Jagannath Puri also, we seen that there is one cave where they can enter directly from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to Jagannath Puri temple. So they used to carry that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu they took to home and he actually nicely served the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya took complete Vedanta philosophy, Vedanta Sutra philosophy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was simply listening. And the last Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was telling that actually what and all you recited is just monastic. So it will not work in this age. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke and he gave actually what is a real condensed form of Krishna consciousness to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu done this. Why? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so compassionate. See, delivering impersonalist. So in this way, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya actually nicely glorified Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with very one nice loka, my favorite. Please repeat after me. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Shikshatameka Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariragari Krupambudirvyastam Maham Prapadde. Let me take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is telling that I'll take the complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? Because he is teaching Vairagya Vidya. What is the renunciation and what is the Vidya? Means actual knowledge. What is actual Krishna consciousness? He is teaching this. And he is teaching that what is a detachment in Krishna consciousness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not did that, you renounce everything and go to Himalayas. He teached actually Yukta Vairagya. How everything can be doubted in the service of Krishna consciousness. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is actually paying the obeisance multiple times to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this. Why? He got Krishna Prema from this impersonalist, become pure devotee of the Lord by the mercy of, by the compassionate nature of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the thing. And but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually taught the process of Krishna consciousness. If one wants to become a devotee of Krishna, he must first take shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, following the footsteps of the great devotees of his disciples. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here that just taking the Krishna's mercy, before begging Krishna's mercy, before surrendering to Krishna's, take shelter of first Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the first qualification. See, if you see this Raghunath Das Goswami also, when what did they actually step by step that these exalted Vaishnavas, they will preach through their conduct activities. Raghunath Das Goswami, when he got instruction to run out from this home, actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him, you stay 1 year. That is the first instruction. After that, come to Puri. And he came Puri also. And actually, he stayed outside of the Jagannath Puri. And he became so renunciated with the time. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him personal one Shila, Govardhan, to worship. And later, he went to Vrindavan. So this is actually step by step they receiving. All 6 Goswamis also. On the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu only, they went to Vrindavan. See, this we can see. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mercy is very, very, very needed from the fallen conditioned source of this Kali Yuga. Without Chaitanya's mercy, everything is zero. Krishna asked, Vishnu Prabhupada is telling this only. Krishna asked whether you surrender to me or not. Sarvadharman Parityajya. So this is the qualification Krishna, Lord, our Supreme Personality asked. But in the fame of merciful nature of the Gauranga, he will ask, what is your qualification? You don't have any qualification. I am going to give you. Take. And his associates are very, very actually merciful than Gauranga Mahaprabhu. What he will do? Actually, Srila Prabhupada. So I was listening from Kartikeya Prabhuji only in one his lecture that Gauranga Mahaprabhu what he do? Actually, he will give pen and paper to write the exam. and he will give the marks. How much we did, that much. And Nityananda Prabhu is actually give the answers also. So you write and I'll give the actually this marks for you also. I'll give the answer also. And whatever Srila Prabhupada says, he write himself in the answers and he will give actually marks to the one who has not written the exam himself. So actually this is the great qualification of Vaishnavas who are in the following the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the point I am going to mention is that first deliver we have if at all we want to attract the mercy, first Srila Prabhupada means associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Sri Radha Krishna comes. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered Mayavadi also. Who is he? Prakashananda Saraswati. So when he went to the actually this Prayagraj, Varanasi, Varanasi. When he went Varanasi, he actually delivered so many Mayavadis. So just by attracting, that is actually high level of technical Krishna consciousness is given for them. Means just he attracted them to the effulgence because they will attract to the effulgence of the Lord. And just Lord made a plan to touch him. Just they're touching the Lord, they can purify their Mayavadi philosophy, their mind which is contaminated. And later he went to there and he exhibited great humility. Just by expressing this great humility, Mayavadi got attracted. See this Chaitanya Charitamrita, if we read and if we listen from the very nicely from the devotees, we can see this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what it's done activities are great preaching of Krishna consciousness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussing great condensed form of Krishna consciousness, means Madhurya Ras to Ramananda Rai and this another one Ramananda Rai and Sarup Damodar. In these two personalities only, no one apart from this. Madhurya Ras he was to discuss. And he was not discussing any philosophy. But same philosophy, high condensed form of philosophy discussed with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Their Madhurya will not work. For the one who is impersonation of Mayavadis, they will Madhurya here, they will tell, if they tell Madhurya Ras this and all things past times, they will tell you are actually emotional fellow or what. Then it will not work. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu condensed form of philosophy discussed there. See, this is actually Mahaprabhu teaching through his activities. So when and all we are seeing the actually merciful nature, the compassionate nature of the Lord means is shown how much the devotees can receive. In how much, in the form they want to receive, that type of compassionate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shown the devotees. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivered the great gross level foolish also. Who are these? Jagai and Madai. So when Nityananda Prabhu requested by holding the actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu requested, your mission is not to actually curse this fallen souls. You actually take, you are a Padita Pavana. You have to give them Krishna Prema. On the request of Nityananda Prabhu, the offender of Vaishnavas. This is actually very, very rare. See, when his own mother is committed offense to the Advaita Acharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not give Krishna Prema to her. Actually, that is actually teaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaching through his pastime. So, but here Jagai Madhav is a great offender of Nityananda Prabhu, who is Balaram himself. But he is giving Krishna Prema. He is showing ocean of compassion. So why? Because he is actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a personification of compassion. And when and all he came for this South Indian Yatra, where and all he was glancing, they are becoming actually Krishna Prema. So this is actually type of compassion in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed to the actually devotees. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu not himself only giving this compassionate actually, and he is sending his personal associate also. You can see our acharyas, they are actually Gaura Premadana, means they are actually jewelries in the hand of Srila Prabhupada, Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas. They are actually as personal associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. But when they descended here, actually, they become in the instrument of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they are actually showing their compassionate to the living entities. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that I am the sweeper in the community of Vaishnavas. Why? That is a great compassion to only cleanse the normal public who are attached to destroy this Vaishnava philosophy. So that is the thing. This is actually the overall the qualities of the Vaishnavas that I am mentioning. So first we see that what is the qualification of pure devotee. He has these 6 qualifications. What are those? Tolerance, merciful, friendly to the others living entities, no enemies, he is always peaceful, and is abided by scriptures. And we have seen this sloka. Sloka deep meaning is that though Parikshit Maharaj is dying, he is not cared himself. He is concerned about the living entities. And his next level complete, his compassionate is very complete because he is not only telling about Kshatriyas, being a Kshatriya, and is not concerned about his kingdom also, and his wife and children also. He is concerned about the welfare of the conditioned living entities. And third one is spontaneous compassion, means he has no calculation that I am going to die this days, maybe 4 days, 5 days, next 5 days, next 6 days. He is not don't have any calculation, and he is actually concerned about the human beings because human beings got a this independent mentality. So how that independent mentality can turn to the Krishna consciousness? He is concerned about this because he raised this question. And Sut Goswami next, he actually greatly expressed his gratitude towards to Sukadeva Goswami because he is liberated Sukadeva Goswami. Why he is giving actual knowledge of the Vedic dream to deliver the conditioned souls. Machitta Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta Parasparam, Katayantascha Mam Nityam, Tushyanti Charamantija. Just coming together like this, what they will do? Machitta Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta means they will discuss each other. I was listening from one Prabhu that he is telling that our Krishna consciousness movement is not like this. Means not discussing, means reading ourselves and growing like this. Our Krishna consciousness movement is like this. So come together, discuss Krishna Katha and grow together. So Machitta Madgata means they will come together and they will discuss. Because this Sukadeva Goswami is given Bhagavatam to the conditioned souls to flourish and to get liberation, to get liberated from this conditioned state. So actually Sud Goswami felt so much gratitude towards Sukadeva Goswami. And he recited this sloka. And we see discussed also from Prahlad Maharaj, though he is actually got so many struggles from his father, but still he prayed for his father deliverance. And he not only prayed father for his deliverance, he prayed for to the Lord that I don't want to come to the Godhead. I am actually satisfied with this, your glorifications. I'll be always in trance only. Oh Lord, you tell me about these fallen souls who are making plan after plan about this material world, how I can enjoy nicely, how I can maintain my family, how I can enjoy here. So I am concerned about them, oh Lord. Please give them, please enlighten them. Please help me to preach Krishna consciousness for them. So for this reason only, actually Prahlad Maharaj is worried. And we have seen the qualities of this Vasudeva Datta also. So how he is actually great Vaishnava who is prayed for the Lord. So I am ready to take all the things, but I am ready to struggle also. Oh Lord, please deliver them. So this is actually great Vaishnava's qualification. And we see this another one pastime also. So tappente loka tapena sadavaha prayasho jnanaha means they will take actually so many struggles to show compassionate to the living entities. So we see this Lord Shiva also, great Vaishnava. He personally took a great hurdle of taking a poison, and he becomes actually Nilakanteshwara. Means he becomes so by drinking this nectar, he becomes so beautiful. But his Nilakanta means he got a name of Nilakanta. So this is actually compassionate. They can take Vaishnavas take to save the living entities. And we see in the Srila Prabhupada how he was struggling. So in Ramadar, in Vrindavan, so he was completely satisfied to just give him this Krishna consciousness. He carried his Vrindavan consciousness heart, condensed the form of Krishna consciousness in his heart, Vrindavan consciousness. He went where and built temples, and Srila Prabhupada said, these temples are not different than the Vrindavan. So this is actually compassion of the Srila Prabhupada. And he translated so many Vedic literatures also, from Sanskrit to English, just to give them the Vedic literature. So this is also compassionate that we learn from Srila Prabhupada. And Haridas Thakur, how he delivered the prostitute, that is also great compassionate he did. And our six Goswami is also compassion that we discussed. And Gopis are telling that this Tavakatamratam Tapta Jivanam. The Tapta Jivas is only compassionate. That is actually compassionate where these preachers of Krishna consciousness will do is Tavakatamrata. Means they will discuss the glories of the Lord and they will deliver the people. Tapta Jivanam. Who can remove all the kalmasha. And compassionate become anger also, that we discussed in two past tense. What is that? Narada Muni is cursing Nalagrava and Manikovera. And Srila Prabhupada chastising the many scientists, also philanthropists. And we have discussed that the compassionate can be exhibited based on their level of advancement in Krishna consciousness. So Varmani also shown compassion, he got a curse. And another personality we discussed is Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj also shown a compassion and he actually again bind by this material world. And last we discussed is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a personification of compassion, Patita Pavana in this Kali Yuga. So here I want you to pause. So if any questions or corrections, please correct me. So I tried my level best. So this is my second Bhagavad class. So please bless me so I can improve myself nicely. And if I committed any mistakes and offenses, please forgive me. Humbly request you. So if any questions or comments, I can take. I have still 7 minutes. Any points? Question.
Amazing. You touched upon nicely compassion based compassion of your devotees. And for us, the main point was compassion should be according to our level. We should not artificially imitate these great souls, but we should only think I'm just instrument in helping actual preacher is Srila Prabhupada. But we are just instrument in their hands. In that way we can get it.
I like this point how the devotees are taking so much hardship. Sri Prabhupada, Parag Maharaj, and everyone, Narayan also. So they are traveling all over the world for mainly for like you can see Prabhupada he took so many hardships, but just to present the Krishna consciousness strength.
So this yesterday I was contemplating when I preparing for the class also. I was actually reading. So I was contemplating how these devotees are struggling, and actually I am thinking myself like how I am wasting the time in Krishna consciousness. So though I joined ashram also, so many lust, greed, anger, enemy, everything is there in my heart. So I was praying to the Srila Prabhupada also, please help me to advance so I can become instrument in the hand, your hand. So this is actually we have to contemplate. We have sacrificed so many things in our life. We have sacrificed our parents, the one who hold it from year, it's like 1 month to they made them this much hard. They gave us education and everything, but we left them because to advance in Krishna consciousness. And our Acharyas provided everything. I was contemplating what all Acharyas provided. He gave all the Vedic literatures, prosas, and everything. So yeah, everything is there, but still I'm thinking myself that I'm not advancing. So that is a very nice contemplation I had yesterday. Yeah.
Nice topic of compassion. We started from the policeman, like what I heard, and he's a water that is asking for others to that is compassion of devotees. So while preaching also should be having some compassion. And proper compassion will be there if we speak the word of Acharya because they are pure. If we repeat their words, then that will bring some transformation. That brings my own words and that might not bring any transformation. And to whom we can show the compassion according to what is the authorities told us teach to those people on proper place and proper compassion. And this service to teaching to others is a very dear service to Lord Krishna. He likes very simply. No, no. So Lord likes him, then someone then we preach glories of Lord. Someone.
So finally, yes, ma'am. Finally, I'll beg you forgiveness if I committed any offenses and if I did any mistake, please correct me. So, Kanantara Shri